the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Memamo akwaba by Nsem-Pii TV so. Ana misamo bibia happy Independence Day. Na name is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Abra na yakoto December 7 general election. Ne promise ba kwa odibetu dwa a Ghana etoya sumi pa ana Ghana na ye ni wo hu ye pa se papa yi ensem odi tu dwa no se na na akwenya no be Ghana man pani bi ma obetimi aye ana so ntimi enye na ne promise ba ene se odibetu dwa se oba any ministers a obeyi omo no obe make sure se embro 60 be make sure se be less than 60 ministers na 60 ministers ana ono omo ebeye adwuma ne enu a ukokopie mu aye mrahye education minister Honorable Haruna idrusu esori gina how dey Nsem-Pii na to dwa se Ghana for astate bo aban so bo se oman mu ayeden na okache wiase ana Ghana for nyina se omonto omobo na Excellency John Dramani Mahama eba aban mu no enche na obe make sure se the ministers na wayi na ambro 60 no be make sure se obeto neoma ma Ghana sika sembe gina ma obia afa ntoma pa efra no bia ansa akona no na nsemwe a Haruna dusu ejina ho de tu dwa pe ena Jinapor the member of parliament for Damango and they take it to fair NPP sorry gina ho say Haruna dusu honorable mema on fan semwe entu dwa entu futuro engu Ghana for ni nice Excellency John Dramani Mahama eba ya o say oba be yi ni ministers no obe make sure say embro 60 no Meno ka say Jinapor essay is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We are appointed a senior advisor for say. We are appointed a presidential staff for say. And no so we kabuma a bro 100 ministers, 100 deputy ministers. And Jinapor expose Honorable Haruna Dusu on the floor of parliament and in the boss His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Miss CBP content for the Kakumuhi Yajin Kokyonum Yenti Honorable Jinapor Abra or silence Haruna Idrusu or Mashibidjem.
I'm sorry, you two are near the natural memory of fee. Now, and another day, any person cross so or no, and was here and Messiaso, Tamil South, my Sabajani, Honorable Haruna Idrusu. Was just simply that two judges. Oh, Ura Mahama by Munyamian, yes, so for woman, a bedi chain for power mono, Womusapa. Now, Nina Confiano, what are two judges, and about one man, Yesika cry, one, yet Maba home by any Metamakuyi. Now, we are pet and a Damongo, Emra Sabajani, Akane, Wanuna no, your swap for her. And say any name Yamodia China so Honorable Samuel Abdullah Jinapor dia tu jua chimtere asema ne brother ne kan yano kurekura na Ura Mahama she bossa kwabia so asofo no mabedi echo befa aduosia mamafo nyina boy ensema ne kama no baye eno de side ho ne de ne odi akonko ho na mo be so we senior presidential advisor we presidential staff achese ene kikabo mu a enipa bubu anwea enti de okan nyina no enyo no de aye adwuma wa we yaka be bono ebe chese enipa do kura nanka Wabemu. Yente Honorable Samuel Abdullah Jinapor.
Mahama has formed arguably one of the biggest or largest governments in the history of our country as it relates to the cost on the national exchequer. Why do I say this? Take for example, the president has appointed Dr. Valerie Soya as senior presidential advisor in charge of government affairs. Her rank is a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of parliament. So her salary, her emolument, conditions of service, everything to do with her office is at the same rank as a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of parliament. The Speaker, he's appointed a presidential advisor on economy, appointed presidential advisor for 24-hour economy, presidential advisor in special aid to the president, presidential advisor on national anti-corruption program, presidential advisor on diaspora affairs. Mr. Speaker, he goes on to appoint presidential advisor, presidential staffer, and special aid to the vice president, presidential staffer for Black Star Experience, and then presidential staffer for diaspora affairs. Mr. Speaker, then he goes ahead to appoint 5 policy advisors to the vice president. Mr. Speaker, he tells the country that he's appointed a minister in charge of agribusiness. And yet, he's appointed director at the presidency in charge of agriculture and agribusiness. My good friend Peter Buama Otukono. The Speaker, he says he will not appoint deputy regional ministers. And he appoints 16 presidential staffers in charge of the 16 regions of our country. Mr. Speaker, I want to submit that these presidential staffers in charge of the 16 regions of our country, in essence, as it relates to the cost on the national exchequer, are in fact, indeed, and in substance, deputy ministers of state. Mr. Speaker, he then appoints, Mr. Speaker, listen carefully, please. Mr. Speaker, he then appoints one presidential advisor on media, 4 directors of communication at the office of the president, 5 deputy directors of communication, 2 communication specialists, 5 technical communication assistants, 1 media aide, 1 assistant media liaison officer, 1 communications consultant. I've done the mathematics, and I want to submit. I've done the mathematics that I want to submit, and I do this not from a partisan lens, but I do this as somebody who had the privilege and honor to serve as Deputy Chief of Staff. I know how it works. In terms of the cost on the national exchequer, the President has appointed 100 ministers and deputy ministers. The President has established a Ministry of Youth Development. I want to refer the House.
The governor said that the same board is going to pursue the matter. It is obvious that he is in conflict. He is in conflict in the sense that, first, Mr. Speaker, is in conflict in the sense that he is torn between 2 bona fides here. One as a director, and the second as a member of this legislature. Mr. Speaker, a matter has come before this House. And the matter that has come before this House, though you don't have a personal interest, you have an interest in your official capacity. That is, as part of your functions, the governor has indicated that you are going to undertake certain activities. I do not think that it would be appropriate in the circumstances to now proceed to be asking questions on the very matter that you are going to peruse in your capacity as a director of the bank. Mr. Speaker, I've just made my submission. It's for you to rule upon it.
Honourable members, guided by the decision of the Supreme Court in the case of Justice Abdullah versus Attorney General Adongo, you have the floor. Ask your question. One up, so that we can give the opportunity to the governor to respond to all issues raised.
Mr. Chair, my humble suggestion is that they have received a lot of questions. Let them clear it. Then once they are done, we can come in with our, then they will do the final answering.
With all due respect, I want the governor to factor the questions from minority and majority leader, then we call it off, please.
Chairman, I'm not having.
Yes, you may yield to any other person you are entitled to do.
I'm not yielding.
Yeah.
You've not gotten the trust of my submission. What I'm saying is that we've had over several questions. They have about 25 questions to answer. I am only pleading. Our duty is to guide the chair.
Yes.
So let them answer those questions.
Your point is well noted. What I intend to do is that add your questions so that they will take it in a whole.
Chairman, there may be a follow-up. You see? Oh, come on, Mr. Please, Chairman. We are asking asking the final set of questions. There may be follow-up emanating. So let them answer. We will take further note because I've taken note. Then when we come,
Honorable Minority Leader, at what point will you give me the opportunity to moderate?
Chairman, it's okay. That's okay. Chairman, the governor in his introductory remarks, in his intro, he indicated that as a bank have a duty in ensuring financial stability, and that duty they would not depart from. He is also giving us a professional response to the general concerns on the streets of Accra. Indeed, to demonstrate transparency, he told this house that he came with those in charge of the project, and they are available with us to answer questions that may come from this house floor. Chairman, in the 6-page report from the governor titled Report to the 9th Parliament on the new corporate headquarters for the Bank of Ghana, named the Bank Square, dated Bank of Ghana, March 5, 2025. Indeed, the entire report does not raise any irregularity in respect of the subject matter. The Central Bank Governor relied on this report with a further submission from his prepared notes, and he has taken us through the step-by-step processes and the step-by-step procedures that the bank followed. I think that's a mark of leadership, and on this side of the house we convey to you our respect to you for that sincerity. The allegation of irregularity today has been put to a peaceful rest. In your submissions, you highlighted the following. One, that even the standard costing procedure is lower than the industry market price. As contained in your submissions, which submissions have become part of Hansard and is a matter of public records. Two, you have also shared with us as the people's representatives that the variations were occasioned by necessity. The necessity included one, security, which was not initially considered. Two, they need to have a system that will generate power, a recycling facility. You've also indicated that indeed this also necessitated the variation. Third, you've added, and this came through the project manager, that apart from the building, the original tower, there were other additional buildings that were originally not considered as part of the original bid. I'm happy that Hansard has witnessed all these explanations. Hansard has witnessed all these explanations. A moment ago, Mr. Chair, this room was filled. The majority filled all their spaces. And it is obvious the majority leader is looking behind him. Look behind you. All of them are vanished. Mark of friend match, Aboka. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I have also from the records of the governor, by way of my fourth point, come to understand that indeed the final value for the project, which is the 261 million, indeed included some 48 million of same as taxes. So yes, so it wasn't the case that the value by way of the cost paid to the contractor in entirety was some 261 million. However, it was an all-inclusive costing which had a $48 million being paid to the states in taxes. So that distinction has also been drawn, and this parliament is pleased for that information from the governor. My fifth observation, that everything done according to the governor, not mine, according to the governor, everything done was regular. Everything done was within the law. He did. It's here. It's here. The governor, this is the report. I'll read it. Oh, it's okay. I'll read it. I'll read it. I will read it. Don't worry. Don't worry.